All right, I'm going to do just a basic overview of the roaster. Here at the top, we have the green bean hopper. It's where you load in your beans before you're ready to roast. It's got a lid with a latch on it. Lid opens like that. You'll close and latch it once you have your green beans in there. When you're ready to roast, you'll open this slide gate. And that lets the beans drain down into the chamber. The reason it's got a lid with a latch is so that the positive pressure inside the roast chamber can equalize inside the bean hopper, and that lets the beans drain down. If I didn't have that, the positive pressure would be pushing up on the beans and it wouldn't really let them go down in there. So that's why we gotta have the lid latched before we drop our beans in. Once we drop the beans in, they drop into the roast chamber where they'll be roasted. Hot air will come up from the bottom, loft, and rotate the beans as it roasts. You've got windows so you can watch it roast. One on the side, one in the front, and one on the top for this light to shine through. These windows are really useful for watching your loft levels and bean movement, as well as, of course, watching how your roast is progressing. This is the HMI interface. This is where you control the machine from. All the machine functions are accessed right here on the HMI. Once your beans are roasted, they're going to exit out through the front here. There's a weighted handle that keeps the door shut on the front. So you can open that manually, or we can open it automatically. There's an electric actuator on the back. The beans will drop out of the front into the cooling tray. There's mechanized stirring arms that agitate the beans so that we can keep them mixing while they cool. There's a separate blower underneath the cooling tray, so it does not rely on any other exhaust blowers. It's got its own separate blower just for the cooling tray, so you can cool and roast at the same time. Once the beans are cool, you're going to drop them out right here. You're going to lift up on that handle. It'll drop out this chute into your bucket. There's a fresh air intake on the back of the roaster. Air is pulled in. A fan then pushes it up through heating elements that are directly underneath here. And the hot air blows into the roast chamber, roasts your beans, and exits through the exhaust here. It goes through this exhaust into a chaff collector. There's where the chaff is collected in that box down there. And then the clean air goes out. The bean cooler has its own exhaust. That's what this pipe is coming up from the exhaust in the back from the bean cooler. I have that tied into the exhaust after the chaff collector.